Well, howdy there, Internet people. It's Belle again. So today, we're going to talk about flags, logos, symbols, and modern society. You know, George Carlin once said that he left symbols to the symbol-minded, but it's probably time to talk about it. Symbols are a way of representing a complex concept in an easily recognizable way. It's a logo, and people respond strongly to symbols. You have to look no further than the recent uproar over Cracker Barrel to see it in action. The slightest change to the symbol to make the product more marketable to a younger base and keep the company relevant somehow generated outrage among conservatives. Why? The conservative fascination with symbols has led to them forgetting what the symbol represents in many cases. Want proof? Think about how happy they were when Trump announced Coke was going to start making their products with real sugar. MAGA was winning, and it was going to make America healthy again. Because nothing says healthy like a fascination with soft drinks, right? But beyond that, why did it matter? Because they cared about the logo. The U.S. has had cane sugar soft drinks for years and years and years. If they actually cared about that, they could have been buying them the whole time. But they wanted that Coke logo. I know, somebody is typing out that's not the case. They wanted that Coke flavor. Cool. So why didn't you buy it? Cane sugar Coke has again been available in the U.S. for years. Y'all called it Mexican Coke. It looked different in the bottle. It didn't match up with the American presentation. They cared so much about the symbol that what was inside didn't matter so much. Why? Because traditionally, conservatism is the defense of the status quo. They don't want change. That's why it's so funny when conservatives try to wrap their policies in anti-establishment rhetoric. They elected a billionaire famous for donating to both parties, backed by billionaires famous for donating to both parties, and expecting an anti-establishment change. Those who have now realized he's just reinforcing big government and big corporation control are actually surprised by that completely foreseeable event. Wrapped in a branding about small government, a traditional logo, he managed to push through his one big beautiful bill that created even more government spending. They cared so much about the symbol that what was inside didn't matter so much. What that symbol represented became hollow. It didn't matter as much as brand loyalty. That brings us to the flag. The flag is a symbol of the United States. But the United States is just lines on a map and dirt without the thing that made it the United States. What's that thing? The U.S. Constitution. A document that has become a classic piece of literature. To add a little to Twain, classics are often praised and seldom read or understood. Those who virtue signal about loving the flag, a symbol the most, are supporting a political party in which the president directs or ignores Congress, which, for those who haven't read the Constitution, isn't how it's supposed to work. The president is supposed to do what Congress says. They proclaim to love and understand the concept of free speech and the First Amendment, and then want to stop political expression, revoke press licenses, and install their religious symbols into government buildings. They would protect the flag and torch the Constitution, the thing it's supposed to represent. The Constitution doesn't really give the president much power. I'll put a link below to a reading of the Constitution. But the executive branch is outlined in Article 2. Basically, he's commander-in-chief of the military. He can require written opinions from department heads. He can make recess appointments. He can convene Congress in an emergency, make recommendations to Congress, and has power over pardons. That's kind of it. So people, all over the country right now are having to decide if they support Trump. Do they support the flag? Do they support the Constitution? And if you say you support Trump, and if you are one of those who supports Trump, the question I have is what you make of his oath to preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the United States. Anyway, it's just a thought. Y'all have a good day.